Hi everybody, Kerrie here at the Northeast Autism Society, and this week I'm joined by Tony and Danny from the Life Science Centre. And this week we are going to be making a rainbow disc spinner. So, Danny, tell us more.
Well, here is my rainbow disc, but I just need to wind it up first before it will spin. So give me a second.
It's really colourful.
It is. It's got all 7 colours of the rainbow on. There we go. I think that's enough winding up. So there we go. We've got the disc with the 7 colours of the rainbow, and I'm going to pull on the string so it spins, and let's see what happens.
Oh, that was really weird. The colours are all mixing together.
Yeah, and what colour did the disc look while it was spinning really fast?
It looked white, Danny.
Yeah, it got paler.
Definitely. So this rainbow disc, it's also sometimes called a Newton disc after Isaac Newton, who was a scientist that discovered you can split white light using a prism, and it splits into all the different colors of the spectrum. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
So, Danny, that's a little bit like when you see a rainbow in the sky, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. When the sun shines through the raindrop and splits into all the colors. Yeah, exactly.
So I guess the raindrop and the prism, they take the white light and split it into all the different colors. And you've taken all the different colors and mixed them back together to make the white light again.
That is exactly what's happening, Tony. Tell you what, shall we make one together and see how it works for ourselves?
Oh, yes, I'd like to see you make one, Danny.
All right. You will need some white paper.
White paper.
You'll need some card. This is from a cereal box. That kind of card, nothing thicker.
Card.
Looks good. A ruler.
Ruler.
Pencil.
Pencil.
Scissors.
Scissors. We need to be very careful when we use these because they're sharp, and we should ask a grown-up for help if we need it.
String.
String.
Glue.
Glue.
Glue tack.
Glue tack.
Felt tips with the 7 colors of the rainbow.
Felt tips in rainbow colors.
And finally, something round for you to draw around to get your disc shape. So I've got sellotape.
Oh, I've got some masking tape.
Looks good, but you could use a cup or anything else round as well.
Maybe you could use a CD as well, Danny.
Yeah, exactly.
To get the shape.
Exactly. Anything round. Okay, so our first step is going to be to glue the paper onto the card to make it a little bit firmer. Oh, the glue's got a little bit of a smell, I notice. So we want to cover it as much as possible, because when we later cut it out into our disc, if we haven't glued all of it, the paper might start to peel off. So we just want a nice thin layer of glue. And then just lay the paper down carefully so you don't get any wrinkles in it. Okay.
Press down.
So now we're going to take our circular object and draw around it.
Okay, that's a draw around in pencil. Is that best?
Yes, exactly. All right. Next job is to cut out our circles. Now we want to divide our disc into 7 sections. That's not an easy one to do by eye. It's not like halves or quarters or even sixths, but I've had an idea. First up, I'm going to put a dot right in the middle of our disc. Now, I realized a 50p coin has 7 sides and 7 corners. So if we put that on our dot in the middle of the disc, we can then make 7 other dots by marking where the corners are.
That's a really clever idea.
So now we can take the 50 key away, and we can draw a line from the central dot to the edge through each of those 7 dots that we've made. And this is a good time to use the ruler to make sure they're straight lines.
Okay.
There we go.
That went really well.
Sections, and they're pretty equal. Next up, we need to colour them in using our felt tips in the colours of the rainbow.
Okay, I'm just going to remember the order. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put the colours, do 1 dash of each colour all the way around to remind me which pen to pick up next.
That's a good idea.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, kind of dark bluish.
Yeah, that's what I've gone for.
Kind of purpley colour. There we go. So now I'll remember which way they go.
Yeah, I've just done that as well. So now let's colour them in, all those sections in the colours we've labelled them.
The pens have a bit of a smell to them as well, don't they?
A little bit, yeah. That's definitely something to be aware of.
One.
It's all right. I've just finished mine, so that's pretty good timing.
Just finishing the purple now, or I should say violet. Go. Okay.
Right, there we go.
They look very colourful. All 7 colours of the rainbow.
Yeah. All right, that's our disc sorted. Now we need to make it spin. So for this, we're going to put our blue tack down, put the disc on top of it, and using the pencil again, we're going to make 2 holes, one on either side of that central point where all the colours meet. I suggest you're doing it about 1 centimetre away from that middle point.
You could use the ruler to help you.
Exactly, yeah.
This glue tack's quite sticky as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And again, just be careful while you're stabbing through. This is why we've got the blue tack underneath, but it's also good to just watch your fingers and watch what's under the blue tack as well, just to be sure.
There we go.
There we go.
A little bit bigger so the string will fit through.
Looking good. So you've got 2 holes in your rainbow disc. Brilliant.
Yeah. And then time to cut a length of string. I think about 1 meter is good enough. You've got your ruler, so you can wrap it around your ruler a few times, and that might help. But you can also just kind of pull it out and look and think, yeah, that looks good. Well, I like that, Tony, measuring it with your arm.
Measuring it along my arm, so that's about 1 meter, I think.
That's a good strategy, Tony, measuring it against your arm.
And then, once we have our string, thread it through both of the holes in our disc.
Ooh, this is testing our fine motor skills, getting it through this little hole. There we go.
Just take your time, and if it's tricky, you can always use the pencil to help poke it through, a bit like a needle. But there we go. So I've got both ends through.
There we go.
Okay, so now we're going to tie them so we get a big loop. So easiest way to do this is to loop the threads over. So we have a very loose knot, but we're not going to pull that one tight. We're going to make a second knot, and that's the one that we're going to pull. So that keeps us with this nice big loop of string. And there you go. So if you pull the string through from the other side of the disc as well, so it's the disc is in the middle. All right. So to use the disc, you hold the string at both ends, so it's quite tight, and you're going to start to spin the disc around like in this motion. And then you just want to do it loads and loads so the string gets really wrapped around and coiled up.
I can feel the string squeezing my fingers.
Yeah. And then once it's really, really coiled, I'm going to rest mine so you can see just how coiled my string has got.
Yeah, mine's really twisty.
So it's got lots of energy stored up in it. And then you're going to pull both ends of the string, again, as far apart as it'll go, and watch what happens to the disc. Okay, should we do a countdown, Tony?
Sure.
Okay, 3,
2,
1.
Ooh, I think I might just get mine spinning a bit faster.
So we've got all the colours there, and when the disc is spinning fast, there just isn't enough time for our eyes to detect each colour separately, and there's also not enough time for our brain to properly understand what our eyes are seeing, and so all those 7 colours really fast start to blur into each other, and because white light can be split into the 7 colours of the spectrum, when the 7 colours of the spectrum start to blur back into each other, it appears white. So that's what happens when our disc starts spinning really fast. It merges back into white.
Ah, cool.
That was really cool, Danny. Thanks for showing us that. So I think what we'd like is some of our young people to try it and send in the photographs or the videos of how they get on and what experience they have with it. I think that'd be really good to see. So thank you so much for sharing that activity, Tony and Danny, and we'll see you all very soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.